What if I told you you could take your Blazor WebAssembly applications and host them in Azure completely for free and do it all from Visual Studio with a few button clicks? That's right. The new Azure Static Web Apps integration into Visual Studio 2022 automates all of it. So let's check it out. Hey everyone, I'm James and I'm back with a video adding on to my love for Azure Static Web Apps. I did a video up over here, down there, wherever you're at, talking all about what Azure Static Web Apps are and how you could take the template, fork it, go ahead and deploy it with GitHub Actions or Azure DevOps, go ahead and create an Azure Function backend, and then deploy that, set up custom domains and everything. It has everything. Check out that video. It's really, really good. But there's new integrations into Visual Studio 2022 that lets me do the thing that I love the most, which is right-click publish. And if they didn't want you to right-click publish, they wouldn't have put it right there so easily available. So let's check it out. We're going to do this from scratch. Let's get a timer going. I'm not actually going to put a timer, but let's actually do it. Let's create a WebAssembly application. This runs directly in the browser, no server involved or anything like that. So Blazor WebAssembly lets me create it, and it'll go ahead and create everything that I need. And this is going to be my standard index, fetch data, razor pages, everything that I love. We're not even going to run it locally. We're just going to deploy it and put it up immediately up into Azure. Now I am on the preview version 17.7 of Visual Studio 2022, so double check that you have that. I'm going to right click, publish. Now when I get here, it's going to ask me, where do I want to publish? I'm going to say Azure. And now I can go ahead and do Azure Static Web Apps, which are completely new, container apps, app service, registry, all the things that you know and love. Let's go ahead and publish it to Azure Static Web Apps. Now I have some deployed already. I'm going to do pay as you go here. And I'm just going to say, create a new instance, just like this. Now I am going to have to go into the portal to create the Azure Static Web App, but it just takes a few seconds. Let's go ahead and create it here in my pay as you go. I'm going to say VS 2022 Static Web App test. Cool. Hit OK for my resource group. Let's give it a name. My awesome Static Web App VS test. I don't know, any name I want. Now I have the option of free or standard. I went through all the different comparisons in this before, but you can go ahead and open it up and see the plans and everything like that. But you do get completely for free 100 gig bandwidth, 2 apps per custom domains, free SSL certs, and maximum app size is 250, staging environments, Azure functions, and a whole bunch of good stuff. So I'm going to select that. Now you can deploy it from GitHub or Azure DevOps. So you can put in your CI/CD, which is great. I'm going to hit other though, because we're going to use other, which is Visual Studio 2022. This is going to verify everything that I need, and I'm going to go ahead and hit create. Now this is cool because it literally just takes seconds to get up and running. Azure Static Web Apps are so fast. It's already done. Boom, it's here. I have a URL. It's ready to go. That was just that fast. All right, let's go back into Visual Studio, hit refresh. I'm going to go ahead and pick my new Azure Static Web App and hit finish. It's going to create it for me right here. Now at this point, you're going to see one of two things. You're going to see this screen, which is you're ready to publish and things are totally good to go. Or you're going to see a big red box that says you don't have the Static Web App CLI. Click on this button to do so. So if you see that, it's going to take you to the Static Web App CLI, and you're just going to need to install it via npm. Now, when you do this, you can do it from any terminal or the one in Visual Studio. If you install it and you haven't done so, close Visual Studio, reopen it up, or else you're going to run into errors when you try to deploy. So install it, get it set up, and then go ahead and restart Visual Studio 2022 because I ran into this problem if you are experiencing a deployment issue. Once you're done, you just hit publish. Now this is going to go off to Azure, automatically build it, deploy, and do everything that I need. And the first thing it's going to do is authenticate. So that's the CLI there. And it's going to publish my app. So here we go. We're just going to let it build, get everything all packaged up, and then deploy it into Azure Static Web Apps. Now, this is the longest part of the process. So I'm going to fast forward through all of this so we save some time. So let's go ahead and wait. And just like that, it is deployed. Look how fast it is. Boom. Here's my Azure Static Web App, my Blazor app, my counter, fetching data, and I have it all up and running. That was really fast. In fact, I timed it locally. It's about a minute 20 or so to actually get it deployed from Visual Studio 2022. Now, of course, if I come back, I make any changes, I can go ahead and publish it. Again, of course, I can set up CI, CD, and all that stuff later on if I want. But there we go. In just a few minutes, I am off and running. It's really, really neat how productive you can be with tools like this, getting you all set up and deploying websites in literally minutes up into Azure. I hope you like this video. If you're running any issues or have any questions or any thoughts, put them in the comments below. If you like this type of content, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I put out a video right here on my channel. Hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please let me know. I really appreciate it. Until next time, I'm James. Thanks for watching.